Hello everyone! On stream, we spoke about the Purge of Dalaran, which was a big moment during Mr. Pandaria, but there's a lot of history connected to it, as well as a lot of fallout afterwards. So we did a bit of a rundown from the top of my head as to this is the history of the Purge of Dalaran. I figured, why not make it into a video, let all of you know. I hope you'll enjoy. I'll have to double check it, so please forgive me if I'm saying anything wrong. If I do, by all means correct me in the chat, yeah? The history between what we have of the High Elves and the Blood Elves is that once upon a time, they all used to be High Elves. And then we have Arthas showing up at Silvermoon, the high home of the Elves, and death and destruction followed, and they had to make some hard choices. They had to blow up the Sunwell because it was corrupted, but now they had no source of power anymore. So what do? Well, some of them decided to embrace darker tactics, as in sucking magic out of the mana worms, embracing the Fel, embracing all of that. And for them, it was because they wanted to rebuild the city. They needed to defend their country, their lands. And if they didn't, it was game over, GG. But then there were those that were like, we can't do this. Don't you see that this path, yes, the Sunwell gone, it hurts, it's painful, but we can't do this. And those were exiled by people like Lorfmar, who made the hard decision, like, look, we can't have this discontent amongst the city. If you're not with us, you're against us, you gotta go. And they were thrown out, and you could find them at the Quinfillan Lodge in the Plague Lands. Where in one of the short stories, Lorfmar would actually roll up and be like, hello, sorry about kicking you out, but we're actually doing kind of okay now. You want to come back in? And they were like, go f*** yourself. Okay. Then you got those with like the Silver Covenant and Varisa and Ronin and Dalaran. And they too look upon the Blood Elves like, how could you? And the Blood Elves are like, how could we not? Right? If we didn't do it, it's really... It's easy to sit on your high horse, but if we had not done this, our city would have gone, you know. So there's discontent, there's a disconnect there. And then we go into... We should add a bit more here to explain the history of the Sun Reavers and the Silver Covenant. Dalaran and the Kirin Tor were a safe haven for mages in a time in which they were prosecuted for their practice. There was a time, or perhaps lore-wise there still is a time out there, that those that are spellweavers, they're looked upon with contempt or suspicion. In Dalaran, they didn't have that problem. They didn't have to worry. They could practice their craft freely, and since the humans had learned the ways of magic from the High Elves of Kael'thas, it only made sense that the High Elves were in close contact with them. Someone like a Kael'thas was part of their council and would frequently visit the city. Or the stranger, that when the Elves fell upon dire times with Warcraft 3, with Lordaeron, with the Plague, Kael'thas found himself forced to work for Xe'ra. And in turn, there was Lady Vash helping him out where Xe'ra gave him these impossible missions.
Damn. Vash, you'd best leave. I cannot guarantee your people's safety.
Naga warriors!
Forget about them! So, Kael, you've shown your true colors at last. I knew you were in league with those serpents. Now I have all the proof I need to execute every traitorous one of you.
Please, my lord, spare my men. It was my decision to...
Save your breath. I never trusted you, vain-glorious elves. It was a mistake to accept you into the Alliance in the first place. Now, at long last, you'll be dealt with appropriately. Take them away!
How could I have let this happen to my brethren? Locked in these cells, our thirst for magic will devour us.
It'll all be over soon, traitor. Lord Kael'thas plans to execute the lot of you at dawn.
Sunrise can't get here fast enough. These elves give me the creeps.
Don't worry. This prison was built by the Kirin Tor to keep their pets from getting loose. The elves' magic is useless inside those enchanted cells.
Greetings, Kael. I assume we're not too late?
And you gotta keep in mind, like thousands of years of collaboration thrown to the side over the word of someone like Xe'ra. They nearly executed the prince. Was it not for Vash saving him? Not exactly the way to keep your allegiances going. On top of the Blood Elves then joined the Hordes, things were not friendly between them and the Kirin Tor. But Aethys Sunreaver wanted things differently. and worked his ass off on fixing those relations, regain their place as members of the Kirin Tor, despite the opposition that he faced from other magisters like Romaf. Eventually, Lorfmar would give him permission, as they were being forced by Sylvanas to join the campaign in Northrend anyways. There was no way around it, they were gonna go there anyways, best to be ahead of things and let Aphis do his thing. But that was just the start of the work. In Dalaran itself, there was Vrisa Windrunner, who formed the Silver Covenant, a militant corps of the High Elves, loyal to the Alliance, to act as a deterrent to any potential Horde uprising. From the very start, Vrisa was against the Horde coming in, against Aphis and the Sunreavers to be part of their city, which again, it makes me wonder, looking at this history, why Aphis would ever go along with what Garrosh demanded of him. But that's the story that we got. The storyline from Cataclysm into Mr. Pandaria, where we first see Garrosh bomb Faramor, and in order to do that, they stole the focusing items of the Blue Dragonflight, and the Blood Elves turned it into a mana bomb, to which the goblins dropped it on the city. Uh-oh, whoopsie daisy, that's a lot of death and destruction. Jaina was like, I'm gonna fucking create a tidal wave and wash it over all of Orgrimmar. I don't care if you are innocents or like, you are a horde, you are my enemy. And eventually Thrall convinces her to not do it. Caligos convinces her not to do it. And she goes to Dalaran, where Ronin, who was also at Faramor at the time during the bombing, has also been blown up. And his wife Vrisa was out of the city. He managed to keep her safe. But now Vrisa has no husband. Her children have no father. The Kirin Tor has no leader. But wouldn't you know it, there's a prophecy by the Red Dragon Corielstras. And in that prophecy, it said that Jaina should become the leader of the Kirin Tor. Oh boy, I cannot imagine how this could go wrong. So Jaina becomes the leader of the Kirin Tor, and at the time, the Kirin Tor is still a mix of Alliance and Horde. You got the Sunreavers, and you got the Silver Covenant, so High Elves and Blood Elves living in the same city. And at first, Jaina tells Anduin, as he asks her to support the Alliance in the war efforts, she tells him, no. No.
Anduin, you know more than anyone. It's important to separate the Horde from its people. The Sunreavers still operate within this city. Alliance and Horde work together. As long as we stay above the war, then there's hope for the world as a whole. I see our city as a beacon of light showing the way. If we can trust one another here, then there's hope for the rest of the world.
And Anduin was like, okay, Jaina, I'll tell my dad that you're not gonna officially support us. Don't worry about it. But then there is Garrosh Hellscream and the Divine Bell. Garrosh had sent his forces into Pandaria, and they were busy scouring it for all these powerful relics, and they discovered something called the Divine Bell. This ancient relic connected to Leishan, the Thunder King, and Garrosh wanted it, right? Garrosh wanted that Divine Bell. And the Alliance found out that Garrosh wanted the Divine Bell, and so they went and they stopped him. They prevented Garrosh from getting his hands on the bell by teleporting it to Darnassus, by hiding it away, and they kept it out of his hands. But Garrosh had ways. And Garrosh had the Blood Elves in Dalaran. And so he used the Sunreavers. He forced someone like Aphis and the Sunreavers to use their connections in Dalaran to find the Divine Bell for him and steal it back. And so they did. And Jaina found out that she was once again betrayed from within. You gotta imagine, this is after the bombing of Faramor. This is after already dealing with the Blood Elves. Going the whole second route, and she found out, like, they stabbed me in the back again. And now, on Jaina's side, there is Vrisa Windrunner, who lost her Ronin to the Sunreavers, to the Horde. And Vrisa had been waiting for this moment to happen. She had been waiting for an opportunity to strike, and so the Purge of Dalaran happens. But here's the thing. Not everybody in Dalaran was part of Team Sunreaver. Not everybody in Dalaran was following Garrosh's orders. A lot of them were just simple innkeepers and homeowners. And they're like, the f***'s happening? But Jaina and the Silver Covenant at that point were like, nah, all of y'all. All of y'all, you're going to prison or you're going to be executed. It's your choice. It's real simple. We're going to dangle you over sharks now. We're gonna wipe you out. What is really weird to consider, though, is that the fate of those part of the Purge of Dalaran was not explained for the longest of times, let alone those that were murdered in cold blood, right? I don't think we've ever properly dealt with that. The prisoners teleported and taken captive were story-wise kinda kept in limbo. War Crimes, the novel that came after Mist of Pandaria, it shortly mentions Jaina negotiating with Lor'themar, but no real details given. The Sunreavers just kinda showed up again, with a bigger part in the Expansion Legion, where once more we see Aphis doing the work to have them rejoin the Kael'thas, but not all are able to let go that easily. And we would see Magister Hafrel come for Jaina during Battle for Azeroth. That storyline followed into Jaina doing the Purge of Dalaran, and she is like, Varian, I'm going to sign up with your horde now, with your alliance now. Your earlier requests, done. I'm on your side, done, let's do it. And Varian is like,
What of the Sin'dorei? The Sunreavers?
Those that surrendered are being taken to the Violet Hold. I make no guarantees about those who chose to fight.
Jaina, you need to talk to me before you act.
How I run the Kirin Tor is my business.
I was trying to negotiate with the Sin'dorei. I was opening discussions to bring them into the Alliance. By attacking their people, you forced their hand.
They chose their own path.
You've driven them back to the Horde.
You're fooling yourself. Once Horde, always Horde. I see that now. I'm mobilizing the Kirin Tor.
Jaina, we've got to work together on this. The Alliance must act as one.
Don't get soft on me, Varian.
Aldiel Shalar.
Athos, you're alive.
Thanks to this hero, a few of us made it out of there. Many more have been sent to the Violet Hold.
Anara Lashdanal. Will someone tell me what is going on in Dalaran?
Proudmoore. She's gone and expelled the Sunreavers from the city. She's purging the Horde from the Kirin Tor.
She's gone too far. I'm certain the Alliance can move their war mages through the city at will. That human witch! When will they learn? When will they see that the Horde exists because of the Alliance? Because of their prejudice and their bigotry? They force us ever closer to Hellscream's Horde.
My lord.
Alduran, summon the Rangers. Romath, assemble the Blood Magi and add the Sunreaver's strength to your own. We Sin'dorei will take our future into our own hands. For the Horde! And get this damn thing out of my sight. Hellscream bought his treasure with the blood of my people. I hope it destroys him.
Garrosh wins. Garrosh not only got his hands on the Divine Bell, he also nuked any and all peace negotiations between the Alliance and the Blood Elves. And GG, well played. That was blown up. So, Mr. Pandaria ends. Garrosh is toppled out of his role as War Chief. At the Isle of Thunder. On the Isle of Thunder, the Alliance and the Horde decide to step away from the conflict and focus on the real threats. And this is actually really well done with like a Taranzu storyline.
Hand over the Archmage, and I may yet allow you to walk out of here, Lor'themar.
Proudmoore! You will release my people from the Violet Hold, or I will cut you down myself!
Your people are legitimate prisoners of war. They orchestrated an attack on Darnassus from my city.
The Sunreavers knew nothing of Garrosh's raid on Darnassus.
Enough! There will be no more bloodshed today. I see now why your alliance and your horde cannot stop fighting. Every reprisal is itself an act of aggression, and every act of aggression triggers immediate reprisal.
I must protect my sovereign people.
Silence! You must break the cycle! It ends today. Here, the cycle ends when you, Regent Lord, and you, Lady Proudmoore, turn from one another and walk away.
Rangers, lower your weapons.
My lord!
Do it!
Very well. We will stand down.
They killed my husband.
This won't bring him back. But know this, Blood Elf. There can be no peace while Hellscream is War Chief of the Horde.
That is precisely why I wish to conserve our strength today. lady.
Lord.
Was Lorfmar on board with stealing the Blood Elf had to, or was that all the Sunreavers? So, and this is a side note on the tangents, because, you know, is it really storytelling if it didn't make it into the game? But what did Lorfmar did or didn't know is hard to say. Like, they moved the bell into his city. He knew that the bell was handed over to Garrosh. We know that much. And we know that he very much blamed Jaina for the events in Dalaran. But a counterpoint is that Avis, when he talks to Jaina, he has a dialogue where he goes like,
You have it all wrong, Jaina. I did nothing.
You looked the other way.
That dialogue was supposed to be complemented by a questline in which the Kor'kron threaten Avis. And Avis has to make a choice between betraying Dalaran or being fucking beaten up, murdered, and kicked out of the Horde. Like, he has to make a choice between the Horde and Dalaran. That questline never made it into the game, so we can't consider it as official lore. But at the same time, when we go back to the Isle of Thunder confrontation, and they have, like, that final dialogue where Jaina and Lorfmar talk to each other, and Lorfmar goes like, the Sunreavers knew nothing of Garrus' betrayal. And then there's, like, a little emote where, like, Avis shifts uncomfortably. That is still a remnant of the questline that never made it in. Enter time period Battle for Azeroth, where Sylvanas Windrunner is now the Warchief of the Horde, and the Horde in their war campaign has found the body of Derek Proudmoore, who is Jaina's brother, who died in, like, the fucking Second War by the, like, Dragonfire, died on a ship, but randomly the Horde found his corpse, and Sylvanas looked at that corpse and she went,
And once his mind has been properly conditioned, we will allow the Proudmoores to recover their long-lost prince, so he can slaughter them in their sleep.
What? What is this? Why am I? What have you done to me?
Why, Lord Proudmoore, I've given you a chance to reunite with your family. You should be grateful.
And Bane looks at that and he's like,
The Horde has a sickness in it. We wage war while the Earth Mother dies. We have forgotten what truly matters, and my heart can bear it no longer.
Sylvanas will kill you for this. And she may not stop with you.
No life is worth living if we cannot be true to our nature. I return home to take what solace I can in my family. I hope you take solace in yours.
He sets Derek free, but Sylvanas finds out about this, and so Sylvanas shoots Zelling, takes Bane captive, and Sylvanas tries to use it to her advantage because she knows that if she takes Bane captive, instead of just executing him, she can use him to take out more of her enemies. So Bane is captured in Forgamar. We go in there. Jaina is with us. And what did you know it?
This feels wrong. Sylvanas must have known we were coming.
Indeed she did, traitor. You and Lady Proudmoore.
I have no quarrel with you.
Have you forgotten the Purge of Dalaran, murderer? Today, the Sunreavers will be avenged.
And your vendetta is with me, and me alone.
No. You will watch your friends die, just as I did. Rangers, kill them all, for the Sunreavers!
We will need an escape route once Bane is free.
I can get us out, but not while these crystals are blocking my teleportation spells.
Then we must destroy them. Go, champion.
I've got him free!
Stay close! I'll get us out!
Flowing out of that, Jaina and Lorfmar would once again team up in the Eternal Palace, take on Queen Xe'ra, Horde and Alliance stronger when working together. And ever since then, we've had an armistice between the Alliance and the Horde. But what about those that were part of the Purge of Dalaran? Those imprisoned, those slain, those that lost friends and family members to what happened in that city. Have they been able to let go of those hatreds, or are those things going to echo on? Time is going to tell, but now you're up to speed on the story of the Purge of Dalaran. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Subscribe if you like my videos, leave a like if you know this one, and until next time, see ya!